But for the majority of people that are complaining about that, they probably brought it upon themselves. Because I'll give you an example. We've talked about this before. When people are complaining about their student debt, how they 10 years after they graduated are still paying for their debt. The problem is that we've come to accept college as such an expensive commodity, which I think is a problem as a society, and the damage is done, especially here in America, because I mean we see from your country and my country, education is not nearly as expensive, and I would say it's as good of a quality if you go to a good school. There's brilliant people coming out of Indian universities and Colombian universities.
Dude, they're top. Like there are a growing number of top level executives of Indian descent in like major internet companies. It's crazy, honestly.
Yeah, dude, it's that value that American university once had is quickly dissipating, and now they just sell you and they sold us. And not to say I'm ungrateful for it, because I did have some good experiences. And all in all, I'm happy I came here.
Yeah, it's because you're not in debt.
No, 100%. I'm just saying that, but the concept that they sell you.
Not dude, the concept is amazing.
Yeah, and
if you can provide the same product at without having to incurring debt a staple, a requirement, dude, it's a great product. Dude. It's a great it creates tremendous value, and I'm all for it.
Oh, 100%. But the thing is, one way or the other, American college has become something that we accept paying, what is it, around 400K, 200K, and for your whole career?
Like, I don't know college costs during the 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah,
it's like 300, 400K, and that's for people who graduate on time. But remember that thing we were talking about a few months ago, how the average person in America graduates in 6 years.
So I don't know if it's average.
I thought it was average.
But it's 60%, less than, more than 2/3. No, less than. Okay, it's 60%. Yeah, I remember now. It's 60% graduate in 6 years, and 40% of which graduate in 4 years. So that means 40% don't graduate at all.
Yeah.
And like the in 2000, because this stat I just said today while doing research on the book.
Yeah.
In one of the early 2000s, one of the years, there was like a statistic research study done, and it said that in a percentage, and in that year, 70% of college graduates graduated with debt. Out of which the average is 30K. That's a lot of money.
That's concerning.
Yeah, and like what a lack of financial know-how does is you see that everywhere, like all on social media. You see that people they say, okay, I've been paying my debt I've been making payments every day, like whenever the due date is for the past 10 years, but still my principal amount is the same, if not higher. And like that's a terrible circumstance, but that tells me that you don't understand what interest is, and that tells me you don't understand what compounding is. Because this I don't know for a fact, but I can make an assumption which I'm pretty sure is true, is that they put their payments on the minimum payment, okay? And once you put it at the minimum payment, your interest, it grows. So once your interest is added on top of the principal, and and your minimum payment doesn't cover the surplus of the interest, your total principal has grown, right? And then the next payment's interest is on that total sum, and then it just exponentially increases.
Yeah, it compounds.
Exactly, and that is why even if you make minimum payments, it's still going to grow.
No, 100%. The problem is, especially here in America, specifically here in America, the act of taking on loans to go to college has become such a normal thing that people don't even understand what debt is before they partake in.
Yeah, they don't.
And then
I mean, you can't blame them. I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either
Like
because
18-year-old kids, I wouldn't know.
dude, when you go to college, you're what, 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's an institutional problem. It's a systematic problem at this point.
Oh yeah.
People just assume that, first of all, they assume that the price tag put on college is equal to its value, which is
Yeah.
100% not true. Second, they assume that they all have to go to college, which in the past was true. It's becoming less true every day. And third, they take on debt that they don't understand. When I was in high school, I was only starting to understand the concepts of debt, and I don't know. Well, I don't know this for a fact, but I have it on good feeling, good sources that they don't teach any kind of financial literacy or any kind of financial knowledge in high school in America, at least not in the public system.
Like even if they do, it's very like,
Yeah, I doubt
it's very
that
rare.
people internalize this concept when they're teenagers.
Oh no, I don't think I would have been able to.
I remember just being 18, my mom and my dad trying to explain me all this, and I was just so confused.
Yeah.
And yeah, with time and age, you start to understand these concepts. But then by the time you understand them, if
It's
you
too
do
late.
try to understand them, you're already
Yeah.
how much money in debt? You spend what, 200K, 300K in debt?
The minimum, like the average for in-state tuition is 20K a year.
That's
So-
for public schools, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the minimum. I mean, I don't know if it's. I'm pretty sure public's gonna be cheaper than private for sure.
No, it is.
But the minimum for American citizens in-state per year.
Are you talking about California?
No, I mean on average,
On average, okay.
in the US, it's 20K. Which what my point is that it's still a lot because what happens is 20K 1 year is 80K in 4 years, but the majority chances are you're gonna go at least a year additional, which will be 100K right there without living expenses and whatnot, and then slowly things just
That's
rack
just
up.
tuition.
And
We're not talking about books and all that. That
yeah,
also
exactly.
racks up in the thousands.
Exactly. That's what those things I'm talking about. Like it racks up, and then it's so obfuscated, like the total cost of college, that you can't even accurately predict it before coming here.
Yeah.
So it makes the whole process of decision making that much harder. And I was going to say this before, but you can't unload student debt. You can't declare bankruptcy. You can declare bankruptcy in any kind of debt, any consumer debt, loans, home loans, credit card loans, car loans,
Just not student loans.
just not student loans. Student loans are literally with you for life.
It's a trap that's been set
Yeah.
to the younger generation from institutions, and it's become a systematic problem. And if people don't realize that this is a problem, which most people don't, then it's gonna get solved because information is literally at the tip of your fingers now. But it's gonna take much longer than it has to.